Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG. And this is video number 11 of the Unfinity card spoilers. We left off with a crazy dice rolling tournament legal card that cared really about the results, and it's an instant that just does all sorts of bad things. So next up we have Soul Swindler. One black and 4 colors for a 5/3 demon employee. As long as you visited an attraction this turn, Soul Swindler has indestructible. When Soul Swindler enters the battlefield, open an attraction. And next we have Step Right Up. 1 black and 3 colorless for a sorcery that reads, open 2 attractions. Now we have Wolf in Blank Clothing. 1 black, 3 colorless for a 2/3 wolf guest. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. When you do, put up to X target creatures. When you do, up to X target creatures each gets -1/-1 till end of turn, where X is the number of unique vowels on that sticker. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and Y. Now we have Xeno Squirrels. 1 black and 1 for a 0/0 alien squirrel. Xeno Squirrels enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. After you roll a die, you may put a +1/+1 counter on. You may remove a +1/+1 counter from Xeno Squirrels. If you do, increase or decrease the result by 1. More altering dice rolling. Next up, we have Aardwolf's Advantage. 1 red and 2 for a sorcery that reads, creatures you control get +2/+0 and gain Alpha Strike until end of turn. Creature with Alpha Strike has first strike as long as it's blocking or being blocked by a creature that comes after it alphabetically. Next up we have Amped Up. 1 red and 5 colors for a sorcery that reads, this spell costs 1 colorless less to cast for each electrical socket in a wall or floor that you can see from your seat. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. Until end of turn, it gets +3/+0 and gains haste. More caring about your environment matters, and that's just an unset thing. Next up is Art Appreciation. 1 red and 1 for a sorcery that reads, put an art sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Then ask a person outside the game to rate its new art on a scale from 1 to 5, where 5 is the best. When they rate the art, up to that many creatures can't block this turn. Next up we have Big Winner. 1 red and 3 for a 5/2 Ogre Warrior Guest. Big Winner has trample as long as you control a stickered permanent. Next up is Circuits Act. 1 red and 2. Roll a 6-sided die. Well, roll 3 6-sided die. For each different result, create a 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token. Next up we have Electrocute. 1 red and 1. For an instant it reads that's Eel Electrocute. Sorry. Reading these is a fun challenge because it's Unfinity. So Eel Electrocute is 1 red and 1 for an instant that reads, Eel Electrocute deals 2 damage to any target. You may cast Eel Electrocute from your graveyard as long as you've rolled a 6 this turn. If you cast Eel Electrocute this way, and it would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Blank Goblin. 1 red, 2 colors for a 2/2 Goblin Guest. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. Add 1 red mana for each unique vowel in that sticker. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and Y. Now we have Minotaur DeForce. 1 red and 1 for a 2/1 Minotaur Performer with haste. When Minotaur DeForce enters the battlefield, you get a ticket. Then you may put a sticker on an online permanent you own. Next up is Non-Human Cannonball. 1 red and 2 for a 4/3 clown artifact clown robot. When Non-Human Cannonball dies, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 4 or less, Non-Human Cannonball deals that much damage to you. One Clown Band. Excuse the yawning. 1 red and 1 for an artifact clown robot bard. That's a 1/3. 1/3 artifact creature clown robot bard that has 1 red and pay 1 red and 2. Target robot gets +2/+0 till end of turn. Next up is Rad Rascal. 1 red, 3 colors for a 3/3 devil employee. When Rad Rascal enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Next up we have Slight Malfunction. 1 red and 1 for a sorcery that reads, choose 1, destroy target artifact, or roll a 6-sided die. When you do, Slight Malfunction deals 1 damage to each of X target creatures, where X is the result. And we have We Champion. 1 red mana for a 0/1 Minotaur Child Guest. Whenever you place a sticker, We Champion gets +1/+1 till end of turn. If it's an art sticker, instead put a +1/+1 counter on We Champion. Well, I said in the Rosewater spoilers, nothing good can come of a Minotaur Child Guest. And I might just be right about that. Next up is Well Done. Well Done. 2 red mana, 2 colorless for a sorcerer that reads, Well Done deals 5 damage to target creature. If that creature is a rare or mythic rare, Well Done deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. And it's too bad because this thing has an acorn sticker on it. I would love to have something like that in a tournament legal deck, because that sounds fun, because it cares about creature rarity, and that is something entirely new. I have not seen that anywhere else. I don't believe that's even been seen in previous unsets. So next up is Alpha Guard. 1 green and 1 for a 1/2 elf employee. When Alpha Guard enters the battlefield, choose a letter. Tap it, untap another target permanent whose name starts with a chosen letter. Next up, we have Atom Wheel Acrobats. 1 green, 3 colors for a 3/2 elf performer. Whenever you roll a 1 or a 2, put that many +1/+1 counters on Atom Wheel Acrobats. 1 green and 2, roll a 6-sided die. Next up is Blorvian Buddy. 1 green mana for a 1/1 alien guest with trample. 1 green mana, tap it, you get a ticket. Next up we have Chicken Troop. Chicken Soup, Chicken Troop. 1 green and 1 for a 2/2 bird performer with Ward 2. When Chicken Troop enters the battlefield, you get a ticket and you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Next up is Coming Attraction. One green, 2 colorless for a sorcery that reads, search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Open an attraction. Put the top card of your attraction, put the top card of your attraction deck onto the battlefield. Next up is Embiggen. Now I'm surprised this didn't get a copyright ban from Disney because of the Miss Marvel series. Or this may be the reason why this was delayed so much, is that Marvel allowed them to use this word because Embiggen wasn't a copyrighted word, but they didn't want to take away from the Miss Marvel series. So this is an interesting thing. Note this. Embiggen is 1 green mana for an instant that reads, until end of turn, non-brushwag creature gets +1/+1 for each super type, card type, and subtype it has. I think something like that was mentioned in the Rosewater spoilers. I don't remember, but I like the flavor text. Flea Circus? No, Flea Circus! Next up, we have Finishing Move. 1 green and 2 colorless for a sorcery that reads, you get 2 tickets, then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Next up, we have Grabby Tabby. 1 green, 3 colorless for a 4/3 cat guest that has Grabby Tabby, has vigilance as long as you control a stickered permanent. Next up, we have an instant that's an incident has occurred. An instant incident. An incident has occurred is 1 green and 1 for a sorcery that reads, just choose one or both. Destroy target creature with flying or destroy target attraction. You may apologize. If you do, you gain 3 life. Whoopsie! Next up is Mistakes Were Made. 1 green and 1 for an instant that reads, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token for each fire extinguisher you can see from your seat. Next up is Blank Osaurus. 2 green, 4 colors for a 3/3 alien dinosaur with trample. So when this creature enters the battlefield, put a name sticker on it. Put a +1/+1 counter on for each unique vowel on that sticker. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and Y. Petting Zookeeper. 1 green and 2 for a 0/4 elf employee with reach. When Petting Zookeeper enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Next up, we have Plot Armor. 1 green and 2 for an enchantment aura that reads Enchant Creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, can't be blocked except by creatures with flavor text. And unfortunately, it has the acorn sticker. But I would love to see, this being played with something like Jasmine Boreal. We talked about this in the Rosewater spoilers. This is the card we're talking about, and I sometimes I feel bad that some of these stickers have the acorn sticker on it, because in a standard deck, they could be actual real cards that aren't too overpowered. And finally, that I'm going to leave you off with is Stilt Strider. 2 green and 3 colors for a 5/4 Rhino Performer with reach. When Stilt Strider enters the battlefield, you get 2 tickets, and you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you control. Well, that's it for right now. We're going to move on to another video. And hopefully, I think all the spoilers have been revealed, because a lot of these are, common cards. So hopefully this next video will be the last. So on to the next Unfinity video.